Hey everyone, Indigo Eyes Art here with a real time intuitive art piece and its detailed message for the sun sign Sagittarius for the month of November. And as a scientist, I always like to explain what we're doing or whatever I am trying to represent. So I want to explain very briefly as to why the reading is specific for whoever I paint the art for, or why can we trust my readings or the messages. So the motifs or the symbols that emerge from activity in what is known as the primary visual cortex of our brains. And this is the very first stage of processing information. And all this is not being done from the thinking mind in case of this art, the intuitive art, but from a subconscious mind. So I personally am not influencing anything in the drawing and deciphering it. It means that I've asked for the message for the particular zodiac sign, in this case, Sagittarius. And after receiving a central symbol, the rest of the motifs, they just follow on their own, including the colors that show up. So then the task is to decipher the patterns or the images that appear in the art piece separately and then as a whole. So, thus, an accurate message or advice for whoever this art is done and what they need at the particular time. And I always say that no, don't trust me. I am not asking you to believe me. You should be, you should just decide for yourself. I mean, it would be like being a scientist. So you look at this reading and see how or what you agree with or not, and go from there. Okay, having said this, this is a general reading for all the Sagis for the month of November. However, this kind of reading is timeless in the sense that you will find this reading only when the time is right for you, uh, or or when you really need the advice of this art piece at the time of at the time in your life. And you will see that the affirmations also apply to you most at the time when you find this reading. And that could be in any other month than November. And it could be even after years or a couple of years. And so, why is that? As I've explained in the past, we all know everything happens at a specific time, not a minute early and not a minute late, and there are no coincidences in the universe. So let's look at the finished art piece and find out what is it trying to tell us. The central energy, if I look at this the piece as a whole, the central energy is maintaining balance in life, of cycles and creativity. So this is depicted by the hourglass. If you look in the center, there's starting from the bottom, the hourglass, the eye, and the rays above with the spirals right in the center of this art piece. It's a very nice symbolism. I'm always, I know I say this all the time, but every time I really get surprised at how the symbols they appear by themselves in a sequence, and then each symbol adds to the advice or the message and the advice. It just builds on itself. And the presence of these kind of symbolism, it confirms the message that I am deciphering from this art piece. So starting from the top, in the center, there are I could call them the rays, and there are pink spirals. They indicate that, dear Sagis, your mind is the great creator and your imagination is its toolbox. So you should train your mind to only have positive thoughts, and you will attract positivity in your life. We know that the thoughts are real and that they can be manifested into the physical world. And I'm not only talking this as intuitive art or something spiritual, but this actually has been explained by experimentation in quantum physics. So you can create what you imagine, and it's already present in the spiritual realm. But to bring it to you in the physical realm, you have to be positive. You have to hold your vision and follow the path. The path following is the spirals indicate this. Because if there was a circle is going, just in a circle, and because there is no end or beginning, but the spiral means that you're actually coming out of the circle and following a path. I'm always intrigued by the presence of spirals, as they seem pretty mystical to me, actually. And those who follow a spiral, they do not turn in a circle. They slowly but surely they make the progress by taking familiar things into account and then looking at them from a higher point of view. And this is what's exactly what you're being asked to do, and incorporate in yourself the ability to see any situation by rising above it, and then learn what is it teaching you. um, if we look at every situation or a hardship this way, we will find that any of the situation that came in life, yes, it might have been hard to deal with, but it was for a really good reason. And as a symbol of change and return, that is, I'm talking about the spiral, it stands for many development processes in life, or life in general itself. The advice for you is, most of the Sagis, that express yourself and let your imagination assist you in letting go of any of the creative blocks, and allow your dreams to come true. I mean, the dreams are standing there, they want to come true. They're like, let us come out. And so it is your soul opening up and singing its own unique song. However, you can accomplish this only if you release the negative energy that is, it's building in you or it's around you, but basically it's the energy of anger or intolerance, maybe blame. There are these negative patterns, and this is even explained. We will discuss it more with the other symbols as they appear in this art. While we're discussing the energy of anger or any of the negative energies, remember that you have control over how you react to what the people say. You don't have control over what people say, right? So forgiveness will break this negative energy and the patterns. This means if you forgive in your heart, and you don't have to go to those people and be their best friends, but it only means if you forgive somebody in your heart, then you let go of any hurt you are carrying within. You can fill that space with love, and you will find yourself happier than ever before. But remember this, that the most important person you need to forgive is yourself. Once you do this, there will be natural flow of love, which will attract all the good things in your life, including the much needed balance, which we are going to still discuss as there is an hourglass that has appeared in the painting. So, but talking about forgiveness, you should know that it takes a strong person to be forgiving. So, and as you start living in mode of forgiveness, you will become aware of your inner strength that right now maybe you don't even know it exists. And that's why the lower vibration or the negativity around you. You will realize that you are not afraid of taking risk to do the things you want to do or achieve the goals you desire. This will really, I'm really happy. I can really see this, and I really want it to happen for whoever needs this, that this will really open a new whole world for you. I mean, the world exists right now around you also, but you can't see it because you're living in negativity, and this kind of low energy only brings fear in life. So, the art piece is asking you to please give this advice a thought and make the proper changes starting right now, and you will surprise yourself with your achievements. And this is the same advice that the spirals are revealing to you that we just discussed in the beginning. However, if you hold back and repress what you feel during this time, you will be drained of your energy and your spirit will wane. So step forward with passion and delight, and you will surely be glad that you did. Then we have the presence of I in the center of the image. It confirms the same message. And I represents a portal or a vision it holds for you. And it tells that you are the only one who knows the correct path to take. So, and you know how to plan for what to do. It also tells you that you need to be focused. And as you make the above changes, you will be able to make use of the visions that the eye is showing you here. I can mention a few things that the eye is trying to tell you. However, until you make those changes that we just discussed, you won't be able to make use of those energies because you yourself won't be able to see the message from the eye. However, to assure you that if you come out of the negativity circle or the whatever those issues might be, a bright future is coming your way. This is what the central eye energy is saying. And that you have high chances to handle many situations simultaneously. And every step you take in life is full of wisdom. You are wise. Don't worry about any problems you might have in life, because if you act with compassion, and especially if you face your problems, the heavens will take care of you. So, with all this assurance, there should be no problem moving forward, right? So, to do well in life, you should connect your body and soul. And this is achieved with the balance within and outside, that is, in the physical surroundings. So, if you remember, this is one of the central energies of these paintings also. Without the balance, you are lacking peace in real life. And this link between your body and soul, it opens up your mind. So when the mind is open, you become more creative in many areas of your life. So once again, this is the central energy. This is what the eye wants you to do. And when the mind is open, you'll be able to decipher what the eye is telling you and use those energies for your good. So be keen on what your soul needs. If you ignore it, the things may not go that well. So this is in a way, this is the whole idea of advice from these kind of alt readings, so you don't miss out on what was already sitting right in front of you for you to take it. But because of the wrong interpretations of your experiences, a charmed life can become a miserable one. So you will find that your life beliefs and values about some issues may have been wrong. And so you are being asked to have a new mindset through the eye. And once your soul awakens, you will also see people for who they are in real life. Because it's very important to be in that person's shoes in order to understand where that person is coming from or what the whole situation is, instead of just reacting. So in any case, okay, whatever the case might be, but do not think that you are stuck. You are not. Meaning you should acknowledge where you are at this time. Approach your path with independence, strength, and wisdom. The universe desires your success, but requires that you wait until the path is ready for you. Okay, so this sentence, until the path is ready for you, it doesn't suggest that you should sit and wait or get discouraged or give up. What this means is that you are being called to act strategically. I love playing chess, but if any one of you play chess, you would know the importance of this suggestion. Strategy. What is strategy? It is knowing what to do when there is nothing to do. So you see, when there is nothing to do, if we can use that time instead of being discouraged or being negative, so that is called strategy. Now, see what you're learning in that process and know once the time is right, you will by yourself get clear direction in what to do, and then you can act accordingly. So this action now is called tactics. So knowing what to do when there is something to do, that's tactics. And so strategy and tactics, the two most important virtues in life, actually. So all this means timing is everything. So very appropriately, an hourglass is already there in this art. It has appeared in the center of the art piece to denote the time, meaning the right time for you to act. So an hourglass, very clearly and concretely, it represents the present as being between the past and the future. So hourglass depicts the passage of time and is synonymous with the cycles. So cycles, change, and balance. And exactly reiterating what your central message is. And you are advised above also to let go of your negative patterns. And the hourglass, it is depicting the same. It indicates that you should learn to bring about the balance in your life. So you should bring balance, patience, moderation in your life, and that you should take the middle road. Avoid any extremes. We don't want to be extremists. And maintain a sense of calm and self-control. This is called the virtue of temperance. And yes, this is the major arcana card also. And so on the card, it's depicted what temperance is depicted as, even from the dictionary, right? So temperance is depicted as a woman holding two vessels, and she is transferring water from one to another. So I find it very interesting how the explanation of one symbol, for example, in this case, the hourglass, it ties with an entirely different concept. For example, the tarot card, and they unite the modern and the ancient concepts in a way, reiterating the message. Okay, in short, let go of the struggles and you'll gain great rewards. Now, according to alchemy, hourglass represents balance. And if you look at it closely, the shape of an hourglass is made up of two triangles, and they're balancing each other out. So these triangles represent two aspects of the nature, meaning the upper being the sky and the lower equating with earth. Once again, cycles and balance. This is your central theme. So it also shows a grown person meaning who has, because it also shows a grown person who has learned during the life cycle. So grown person here means from childhood to the old age. So as we live our life, we have learned a number of lessons. Thus, the advice is that you need to bring a sense of stability and wholeness into every area of your life. It also means that you should bring a state of perfect harmony into your world without judgments. So this advice is coming to you because something in your life prevents you from seeing both sides of a situation equally and objectively. And I agree, it's always hard if we don't relate to that outcome. It's hard to relate to it. But this is what you need to do. Look at both sides of the situation equally and objectively. And this is the same fact that the spirals are illustrating. And we just discussed it in the beginning of the reading. So To sum up the lesson so far from this art, is that this situation or the person or the people, they have been placed in your path to teach you that everyone has their own unique, authentic life story. And you should put yourself in that person's shoes to really understand their motivation. And balance is a virtue. So if you can learn this, you will reap the benefits of insight and compassion. And the painting, if I look at the whole painting in general, it depicts a very cheerful energy, that of summer, with various flowers and berries that are blooming. And there is a royal bird with a crown on the head, right next to your central energies. And this is a really good sign. It's a really great reading, and it's giving you a lot of assurance, and you don't need to be worried about anything. Just stay positive, follow the advice. So, talking about summer depicted in the art, we can access the greatest amount of sunlight and the spiritual light. So, the power of sun can pour into our hearts. And amazingly, there is sun in the art piece as well. And there is a huge Om sign. If you've seen any of my other mandala videos, I have explained that although every sign and symbol has its own vibration and a frequency, but Om is the only symbol that destroys negativity. So fearlessly enjoy the fruits of your labor. Stay positive, balance your life, and celebrate. You've earned it, Sajis. And you could use one affirmation, which is I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. I hope the whole reading and advice has been informative for you. I really wish you well, and I hope you will use the advice to transform your life towards happiness and achieving all that you want in life. If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a like. You could share it and subscribe it, because I'll be posting a reading every month for each of the zodiacs. Okay, then. So until next month, bye for now.